Welcome to Sports Corner with Ralph Williams and Smokin' Jim Frazier. And now here's your host, Ralph Williams and Smokin' Jim Frazier.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick TV, Facebook, and YouTube. Get all your sports news here first. The daily podcasts are Ken and Ken in the Morning, Lions Talk with Smoking Jeremy B, Wrestling Roundup, The Big Football Show, and more, Shield TV, Lions Villain Report, and Red Zone Rant. The afternoon podcasts are Valhalla, Grosset Sports, WCFL Dolphins Talk, The Cheap Seats, The Bodkin Show, Spirit of Detroit Podcast, and MM The nightly podcasts are Palace Hall Report, Frozen Tundra Network, Skull Gang 365, The Huddle Sports Network Open Mic, First and 10 with Foz, Main Event Football Show, Prime Sports World, The Man Cave, Prim and Proper Sports, Spitballing Podcast, Lions Fan Cave Chat, Puckett, 313 Den Podcast, The Guys Huddle, Shots from the Sideline, Let's Talk Sports, The Michigan Truth Sports Podcast, Off the Rails, NFC Northeast, Power Hours, and Detroit Lions News. Make sure you follow, like, share, subscribe, and comment. Hope you like all the shows.
Yeah, it's a hot one today, and I got some Buster Poindexter for you today. Yes, indeed. Tell him, Buster. Yes, indeed. Hot, hot, hot. Yes, we're feeling hot today. Why are we feeling hot? Because later on, coming up right after our opening segment, we have Noah Hiles from the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette in hot 100-degree temperatures in Arizona as the Pittsburgh Pirates play the Arizona Diamondbacks. I'm Ralph Williams, your host here for the Sports Corner Show, along with my co-host by phone, Smokin' Jim Frazier. Smokin' Jim, welcome to the program.
Hey, thanks, Ralph. I'm ready for this one.
All right, and let's see what we got here. Nope, that's the wrong one. Ah, here we go. Now I got the right one. There we go. All right. May see the banner right there, Smokin' Jim by phone. He is my co-host, and we're here every Tuesday, 4 to 5 p.m. for the Sports Corner Show. Coming up at 5, we have the Wrestle Talk Show, where we're going to be talking some wrestling talk. We got a lot to talk about today, including Money in the Bank coming up June 7th, and a whole lot more, all on here and RW Media Productions. And as soon as I can get the banner up here, because I'm having some issues with my computer today, for what reasons I have no clue. But anyway, let me see if I can get this up here now. It don't seem to want to do that today. So there we go. All right. But anyhow, okay. Up there we go. Now we got it. I think so. It's still sticking. Huh. Well, it's computers. Hang on. Up, there we go. Now my mic is unmuted. There we go. All right. Mata Heating and Air Conditioning, 72201. Call Mata today. They are studio sponsors, and we're here Studio 10 in Berlin, Maryland, right outside of Ocean City, Maryland. And it's great to be here today. And J.D. Wyatt, I want to thank you for being part of the show today. Also says salute to you and me, Smokin' Jim. So J.D. Wyatt, who's been on the program, he was on some time ago to talk about the Carolina Panthers and what's going on with them as well. So, all right, let's get started with our opening. My rant today is simple. It's sports these days. Let's talk about sports. Let's talk about the money. All it is anymore is about money. College, pros, what, soccer, hockey, basketball, cornhole, pickleball, anything sports related, surfing, anything. It's all about money. And it's really sad because now the sport has been taken out of it. It's all about money. Money here, money there. If it don't make money, it's not on the air. Money here, money there, money everywhere. That's what sports is all about now. Ask Smokin' Jim, he'll tell you. But it's all about money, and that's it. And it's sad because there's no more sports in sports. And that's my rant for today. Smokin' Jim's wisdom.
Well, it's all about money for the owners, so it should be all about money for the athletes. They got this. Chuck Noll used to say that Chuck Noll didn't do commercials. He gave it all to the players because their careers were shorter. He felt like they deserved it. So, OTAs are this week, man. Looking forward to it. I think DK Metcalf was absent. I'm sure that was excused absence. And we're still waiting on, future Hall of Famer Aaron Rodgers. So, that is what's keeping the Pittsburgh Steelers in the national media is Aaron Rodgers, and I think that's great.
All right, J.D. Wyatt said in the great words of Ricky Bobby, love that money. Fans have been priced out of the stadium and TV is coming up next. Yes. We had that big discussion, JD and I, along with Candy Ebling on the Fire Up show last Thursday. Okay, my guest today, if I can get him up here on the there we go. My computer's still working. There he is in hot Arizona. Noah Howes. Noah, it's been a while, but thank you for being part of the program today here on Sports Corner. Noah covers the Pittsburgh Pirates, who, of course, lately haven't been beating too many people, but Don Kelly's the new manager. Tell us what's going on. How come he's not up here pitching? What's going on with that?
I'm sorry, you were cutting in and out. I couldn't hear what you were saying.
I said, what's going on with Bubba Chandler? How come he hasn't been brought up from the minors yet? What's going on with that with the Pirates?
It's a good question. He definitely should be in the major leagues. He's absolutely dominated AAA. I think it's worth noting that if Bubba were to come up and win Rookie of the Year, similar to what happened last year with Paul Skeens, then this season counts as a full year of service time, meaning he has one less season of control for the Pirates. So by keeping him down until June, his odds of being able to put together a body of work good enough to win Rookie of the Year decrease. And if he doesn't win Rookie of the Year, he probably doesn't get a full year of service time, which means the Pirates still get him for 6 seasons after this year as opposed to 5.
Oh, I see. Okay, because I was wondering why. And, we talk about it all the time on our Sports Corner radio show on Saturdays with me, Smokin' Jim Frazier, Claudia Rason, and Luther Dupree all the time. What's going on with Bubba Chandler here? Why is Bubba Chandler still not with the major league team? And I find that very, very appalling. You still there, Smokin' Jim? Smokin' Jim, you still there?
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay.
Sir.
All right. I just want to check because the phone moved in another direction here, and I wanted to make sure you were okay. All right. So, Noah, tell us what's going on with Don Kelly as manager, and how are things going with the Pirates right now?
I think they're going a little better. They're 7-9, I believe, under Kelly as the manager. They're playing better baseball, I think, fundamentally. They're not making as many mistakes in the field. I just think they're a little loose. Not to say that this team disliked Derek Shelton, but I think they got off to such a poor start, it became inevitable that he was going to lose his job. And I think that impacted the play of pretty much everyone in that clubhouse. When hey, we were so bad, we're going to get our coach fired. That impacts you. And there was kind of a cloud looming over the team until he was let go. And then once Shelton went away, I just think that change kind of gave everyone a little bit of a breath of fresh air. And again, not that they disliked him, but just they knew it was going to happen. And when you're just kind of waiting for it to happen, when it finally happens, you're just kind of like, all right, now we can move on and relax a little bit. And they've played better baseball because of it.
All right, Smokin' Jim, you have any questions for Noah?
Yeah, always great to hear you on air here, Noah. But if you're the Pittsburgh Pirates, what would you do with Cruz? Would you try to lock him up right now, or let it play out the next couple of years?
I would try to lock him up right now. I don't know if they're going to do that. I think he might be out of their price range already. But I mean, I think he's worth making. It's worth making O'Neal Cruz the highest paid Pirate ever. I think that's worth it, considering what they've done economically in the last 20 years or so. They've let so many other guys walk who were talented. Why not commit to this guy? Why not make him a building block of the future? You have so many pitchers to a point where even when Paul Skeens is gone, your pitching staff's probably still going to be good. But the hitters in this lineup are not good, aside from Cruz and a couple of other guys. So being able to secure him long term would be a big win for this organization. It would send a good message to your fan base and a good message to those who are on the team that, hey, we are committed to winning. We're willing to invest in you if you prove that you're worth investing in. And I think Cruz is an incredible talent, and they should sign him to a big deal. I don't think it'll happen, but they should.
All right, we're here at Sports Corner Show every Tuesday, 4 to 5 p.m. right here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, X platforms. And we're also on the Huddle Sports Network. And soon, coming up in June, we are going to be on the Oracle Talk Radio Network as well. So we're going to be on some more networks as we go along here. I'm also working on the National Podcast Broadcasters Network as well. I'm working on that. I have to get a hold of Keith Engel. We have to have a discussion, and we'll get that started. Keith's been a major friend of the show here. Has been on the show many times. He has his own network, TGI Sports Network, as well. Noah Hiles is here with us from the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. He covers the Pittsburgh Pirates, who, as you know, are not doing very well right now, but he's given us some insight as to what's going on right now. I'm very pleased at the fact that Don Kelly is getting his opportunity to manage. I know I've spoken to some folks connected with the Detroit Tigers where he used to work, and they told me that he is a good young manager and that he did qualify for jobs up there at the time when Detroit was looking. And a few times they've interviewed him. So if Detroit's looking and interviewing Don Kelly, then that means Don Kelly is a guy who could really work out. We'll see where they go with managerial stuff at the end of the season. Noah, let me ask you this question, and I know this is a tough question to ask. What's going on with Ben Cherington and his position right now? Is Nutting planning on firing him at the end of the year, or is he satisfied with his work?
I think it's 50-50 right now. I think if the team plays better under Don Kelly, there's a really good chance that Ben Cherington's back next season. If they continue to play poorly and finish with 90 to 100 losses, he's probably out the door. So there's still a lot to play for as far as the future of the organization is concerned this season. I don't think they're making the playoffs this year, but if they play better, Cherington sticks around, and I think this organization goes one direction, whereas if he's fired, a lot of different things could happen because you got to figure out who they are going to bring in to replace him, and you got to figure out what the new guy would do. Maybe they would try to trade someone that's a key piece right now to start a little bit of a quick rebuild. Who knows what they would do? But right now, yeah, it still seems like it's up in the air.
And who wants the job? I mean, who wants to come here and work here for the Pirates? That's going to be the question. I mean, I don't think anybody, it's not the greatest job in the world. And, Bob Nutting's not the best owner right now. A lot of people, don't like him. A lot of people are upset with the way he's conducted himself. And some of the mishaps that have happened this year. Yeah. I've spoken about that many times. The Clemente thing, the bobbleheads, the and the unhappiness of Paul Skeens. There was a rumor out there that he wanted to go to the minors. Is that true? That he wanted to go to AAA, or is that just false social media propaganda?
That is as wrong as wrong could be.
Right. Yeah, because I saw something on social media that said he was unhappy, and he told at the time he had told Ben Cherington and Sheldon that he wanted to go down to the minors because he wanted to win. At least they win down in Indianapolis. They don't win up in in the organization.
No major league player would ever say that because winning in the minor leagues means nothing.
Means nothing, right? Exactly. Yeah, I didn't think so, but I wanted to hear it from you because I know your insight with this, and I don't like to spread news out there and be wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean about stuff, and then I got to get on the air and say I was wrong. So I don't like to be wrong. So I figured I'd check in with you. You're here, and you know about that stuff. That stuff was out there. So and I don't think are the Pirates going to trade Paul Skeens this year? Is that happening or not?
No.
Because I mean that rumor was out there too.
Yeah,
so, I mean,
that's more of a discussion point, a talking point. Because I mean, theoretically, if you trade him, you could probably get like 3 really good players at least for him. And this is a team that could use 3 really good hitters right now. But no, they're not trading him this year. They'll trade him in a couple of years, I think, but not this year.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see what happens. That's all we can do, Noah. Anything can happen with the Pirates here. Smokin' Jim, any further questions for Noah? Do you have anything you want to ask him?
Yeah. Noah, do you think that maybe Henry Davis could be the future, a catcher for the Pirates?
We'll see, Smokin' Jim. I mean, he's developed well defensively. He still has not been a consistent hitter. And I mean, some people have been encouraged from what they've seen from him at the plate over the last couple of weeks. I think he's had a couple of good games, but it's still far away from being where he needs to be. I think it's too early to write him off, but right now he hasn't really showed I think, at least he hasn't shown me enough to think that he's the future at that position.
All right, let's talk about this gentleman right here, Mike Dotson. Mike Dotson Realty, Ocean City, Maryland. Call him today. Mike Dotson Realty is the sponsor of today's guest, Noah House. Call him today, Ocean City, Maryland. If you're interested in buying property down in Ocean City, Maryland, for a rental home, or maybe perhaps your summer home or your permanent home, call Mike Dotson today. He's the man. He's been in it for over 20 years. 410-596-1681. 410 area code 596-1681. Mike Dotson Realty. And I got to tell you, if you're coming down here to visit every summer, my suggestion to you, and you're planning on staying maybe a week or two, is to get yourself a summer home down here or something like that, because the hotels will skin you blind down here with their rates. So my advice to you is give Mike a call, see what he has available. He even has rental property if you want to rent something short term, not too far away from Ocean City, Maryland. Give him a call as well. And also, when you close on the house, Mike continues to talk with you. You ever deal with a realtor that as soon as this closing's over, you're done. It's over with. You don't want to see you anymore. All right, not Mike Dotson. Mike Dotson is sort of turns into a friend. And, that's good customer service. So 410-596-1681, Mike Dotson Realty. Noah, I'm sorry I didn't inform you, and I don't know if you already knew that I have moved down here to Portland, Maryland, but I'm still talking Pittsburgh sports. And, it's, so it's a great, I moved down here for my health purposes and family and some other things. So,
well, I hope you enjoy your new home.
I am enjoying it right now. Got a few kinks in the armor, as they say, but we're getting them worked out. So, but anyway, Noah, my next question to you is for the future of the Pirates, what's going on with is Horowitz is in the lineup now? Is that correct? I mean, has he Spencer Horowitz? How's he doing, by the way? I mean,
he's doing all right. I mean, I think you see him playing a little rusty because he missed the first 2 months of the year. But he's had some big hits for them. He had a multi-double game the other day. I like his at-bats. I like his overall approach. He sees a lot of pitches. He's definitely not the biggest problem they have. No,
I don't think so. But first base has been a problem for them forever.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, for a long, long time. I wish they would have brought back Carlos Santana. I mean, I thought he was doing a really good job at first base. And he was hitting, and he was doing some stuff, and I think that was one of the. I mean, I know he was kind of mediocre, but you know what? At least he was better than what they've had in the last several years or a few years here. Anyway, but One other question I wanted to ask you was about Tommy Pham. What's going on with him? I'm hearing stories he could get traded. The Pirates might release him that $4 million. They can go out and get about five more players for what they pay. That kind of thing. What's going on with Tommy Pham?
I mean, I think they want to trade him. It's just who wants him right now. He's not been a good baseball player. He's old. He's deteriorating. So he needs to play better if they're going to be able to trade him. And if not, they'll have to cut him.
I see. Yeah, take that $4 million and maybe give it to Paul Skeens for another 5 years or something, whatever they're going to do. Yeah. I mean, maybe, have some more bobblehead nights and screw it up, that kind of thing. Yeah. Or dollar dog nights and run out of buns. I can't. I have a long list, of stuff that they've screwed up on so bad. It's unbelievable, so. But anyway, Smokin' Jim, do you have any further comments for Noah before I let him go so you can enjoy the hot heat down there in Arizona?
No, great job as usual. No, I appreciate you, buddy.
All right.
Absolutely, guys. Thanks for having me on.
You're welcome, Noah, and say hello to everybody down there. And, my fellow media colleagues, they know who they are. Say hello to them down there and enjoy the heat down there. I mean, I know you're in your air-conditioned hotel room right now, but I mean, enjoy the heat. So, at least it's desert. Have a great one. Noah HILES, Pittsburgh Post-Gazette covers. Check out his articles. He also has a podcast along with Chris Carter on the Post-Gazette's YouTube channel. Check that out as well. He talks a lot about, of course, because he covers the Pirates, him and Chris Carter. Smokin' Jim, your thoughts on what Noah had to say? Do you have anything you want to add about the Pittsburgh Pirates?
Well, I tell you what, Noah nailed it as usual, and that's a question that a lot of people have been asking about Bubba Chandler, and the Pirates are smart not to bring him up till June. Like Noah said, their chances of making the playoffs are probably not going to make the playoffs this year. So bring Bubba Chandler up in June. That diminishes his chances of winning the Rookie of the Year. And the Pirates get to hold on to him for another year. I'm glad Noah agreed with me about locking up Cruz, because that's something I would do too. I don't know how much it'll would cost the Pirates. Maybe, what do you think, about $20 million a year, Ralph?
Yeah, that could be. They already locked up Reynolds, and then they locked up Key Brian Hayes for a while. But my question is whether or not they're going to be able to lock up Cruz. He might want a lot of money, that might be out of the range of things. And if the Dodgers or the Yankees or somebody that's got a lot of money, that spends a lot of money on their teams, wants to come barking along, I think he'd be a fool if he didn't take it. I mean, I personally wouldn't want to play for the Pirates right now until they get their managerial situation straightened out, start winning again. People want to be on winning teams. They don't want to be on teams where, they're not going to be able to win. And when it comes to baseball and the way the money's out there for some of these teams, and no salary cap, no control over salaries and things like that, like in the NFL and the NBA and whatnot, it's a dogfight out there. And, and if you don't have the money to spend, you're not going to win. I mean, but again, we've seen the Dodgers lay an egg every time. In the first round of the playoffs, they finally made it to the World Series last year. So, but that's my thoughts on O'Neal Cruz. I think I should pay him. Why not? I mean, he's done pretty well for himself. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think he's done pretty well for himself. I think he deserves a contract extension. I think if you give him one, he's going to be great down the road some more, probably even better up his game. I would hope so. The big problem when you give people a lot of money like that, Smokin' Jim, and I think you know it. Look at Key Brian Hayes. He's got that back problem. Still has it. It's been lingering and lingering and lingering. And, you're paying him money. So, I mean, big money. Well, to the Pirates, it's big money. But what I'm saying is you're paying him a lot of money, and he has to take time off because of his back. But, he's still one of the better fielders in the league, and he just needs to get his batting up to speed. And I think that if Reynolds and some of these other guys can pick up the pace here a little bit, Horowitz is back. We traded for him. Let him get some things together. And let's get this bullpen up to speed. They're hurt. Holderman's out again. You got a couple other guys, Majowski or Majinski or whatever his name is. He's out. So, I mean, you got guys who, were pitching pretty good for you are out again on injuries. So, what do you do? I mean, Pirates have to step up a little bit. They got Burrows starting tonight. He's done pretty well for himself. Falter has done pretty decent. Haney's done pretty good. They brought him in. He's an veteran left-hander from Texas. Skeens has been up and down because there haven't been any production. So he's pitched well. He pitched well. He's not had any what they call good reasonable outings either because the team's not hitting. They need to get some hitters. They need to get some fielders. I think they're in pretty good shape with. But if they're playing better, then that's good news under Don Kelly. What's going on, Cyberuski? How are you? It's great to see you here. And we're curious, what is your disability that puts you in a wheelchair? I have arthritis really bad, and I have diabetes, and I have 2 shoulders that need replaced because arthritis has eaten through my body. I have 2 pinched nerves in my neck that need to be that I need my neck operated on because it's got some issues. And I also have I need 2 knee replacements. My main problem for years has been weight, but I've taken enough weight off that I don't need. I'm almost there to get the surgeries I need, and I may have to go back to Pittsburgh for that because I don't know what they have down here yet in Maryland. I will find out on Thursday because Thursday I'm going out to go get a lot of things medically done here. Get my family doctor, get some things done, Cyberuski. So that's why I'm in a wheelchair. I've been in a wheelchair since 2016, and I've been on disability since then as well. So there you are. There's your answer to your question. And, I support people in a wheelchair and disability people. And I also support a lot of other things. Don't forget this Saturday, or don't forget Wednesday, actually, tomorrow, 7 o'clock p.m., the Ralph's Opinion Show. We have a lot to talk about this week. And I want to talk a little bit. We're going to be really into the happiness as a Smokin' Jim, and I think you'll agree around here. We don't talk politics on this program, but Smokin' Jim will. The Nippon Steel U.S. Steel deal is coming through. Donald Trump will be in Pittsburgh on Friday to rally down at U.S. Steel in regards to this. He's also signing off the paperwork so that Nippon Steel can buy U.S. Steel. And we'll talk about that and a whole lot more coming up on Ralph's Opinion tomorrow at 7 o'clock p.m. So don't forget to tune into that. And don't forget on Saturdays, the triple header of Ralph. It starts at 8 a.m. with the Ralph Williams, Tony Moreno show, which is right here, of course. And we start at 8 a.m. We have a lot to talk about, including the election. Tony will be joining me for the show. And we're going to talk about his win in the Republican side of things. More about Ed Gainey's Pittsburgh, some more things going on with Ed Gainey's Pittsburgh until November. And then also we have a lot of other things, Nippon Steel, U.S. Steel, Pittsburgh Public Schools, and guess what? I got some news for you about PRT that's going to blow your mind away. And wait till you hear this, and it's coming up tomorrow on Saturday, 8 a.m. To 9 a.m., 12:50 a.m. The Answer, 92.5 on the FM dial, and also online at 12:50 The Answer, pgh.com. And also don't forget to go to Google, punch up 12:50 a.m. The Answer, scroll down to Radio Stations USA, push the arrow, and you can listen in. And also Saturday, 2 to 3 p.m., the 12:50 a.m., 92.5 The Answer, the Sports Corner radio show with me, Ralph Williams, Smokin' Jim Frazier, Claudia Rosano, and Luther Dupree. And this Saturday is going to be a really good show. We are going to dissect all 3, including, I'm even going to throw Pitt in there, all Pitt, Penguins, Pirates, and Steelers. What went wrong that's making them so bad, and what we can suggest they do to make it better. That's happening Saturday, and I think you're going to enjoy that. That's going to be a very interesting show on Saturday, so don't forget to tune into that. Right, Smokin' Jim?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's going to be a great show. Always a great show with the guys, including Smokin' Jim here, Claudia Rosano and Luther Dupree as well. And also, don't forget on Saturdays, the Sports Wrap Show with me, Ralph Williams, Scott Morganroth taking some time off. Candy Ebling will be filling in for him, and a guest of my choosing, and also Leo Haggerty from Amped Up Sports, Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. The Sports Wrap Show is right here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, X platforms, the Huddle Sports Network, and soon to be on the Oracle Radio Network. Let's go to our comments section here. Let's see what we have. Cyberuski says, thanks for sharing. I hope your health is under control. Down here, I believe it will be because I got the ocean air and everything else. Amen on that, says Cyberuski. And Ed Gainey is a real supporter of the disabled. Yes, he is. Just a few things he did wrong. He lied to me twice, and he lied to some voters. I also tell Josh and the guys to keep the opinions for Wednesday. Absolutely. All right, there you go, Cyberuski. All right. Smokin' Jim Frazier, let's talk about this. Do you think, and I want to ask you this question, that it is a reality that Aaron Rodgers will be a Pittsburgh Steeler? Go ahead, Smokin' Jim.
I think so.
All right. Do you believe he'll be a Steeler? And if so, what record do you think will have?
Well, whether he signs or not, they're going to go to the playoffs. But with Aaron Rodgers, they got a chance for the Super Bowl.
Okay, Smokin' Jim. All right, I got you. I think they will. I mean, Mason Rudolph's not a bad quarterback. If they can keep the running game going and we can get the offensive line up to speed, I think Mason Rudolph can do pretty good for himself. We'll see. And they got Will Howard, and they have a chance. They have a chance to go to the Super Bowl. They got some good draft picks. Anybody can make it to the Super Bowl at any time, any given Sunday. You know that. We know that. So But anyway, that's it with the Steelers for now. But no, I'm just joking. We got some Steeler talk here going on. So we have OTAs coming up, which of course is also coming up. You have mini camp coming up. You have a lot of stuff going on right now with the Steelers. What do you think? You think Aaron Rodgers may show up for this thing, or do you think it's going to be preseason when he does show up?
I think he'll start training camp. That's enough.
Yeah, I believe that to be the case as well. Do you think? I think we can win with Aaron Rodgers. Arthur Smith's offense is not that bad if they let him call the plays. I know I heard there was some scrums between Russell Wilson and Arthur Smith over play calling, and I know that there was some stuff going on. Russell Wilson has made it known that Arthur Smith kind of handcuffed him a little bit, just like he did Mitch Trubisky. And when Matt Canada did that to him and Kenny Pickett, this handcuffing these quarterbacks, let them do their job, let them call the plays they need to call. If they screw it up, oh, well, they screwed up, but, that's what they're out there to do, is to call the plays, make the plays, do what they need to do to get this team scoring points. I'm hoping the running game is better this year than it was before. All right, hello to Pensman. Pensman Sports is tuning in. Thank you, Pensman, for being part of the program. No, the Hershey Bears, for one time or another, didn't make it to the Calder Cup this year. So that's unfortunate because they usually make it every year to the Calder Cup. That's the championship for AHL hockey as well. Your thoughts on the Steelers, Smokin' Jim? What do you think is going to happen this year? We got OTAs coming up. What rookies do you see making the team? We got some pretty decent draft picks this year. What's your thoughts on this?
Well, I don't think that Russell Wilson is a good fit for Art Smith's offense because Smith likes to go over the middle with his passes, and Russell Wilson's not an over the middle quarterback. I think that was a problem. I don't think that would be a problem with Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
He spreads the ball all over the place, especially over the middle of the field. I don't expect much out of the rookies other than there's no impactful rookie other than the running back from Iowa.
Yeah, Caleb Johnson.
Yeah, I think he'll get a chance to come off the bench and spell Jaylen Warren. I think that your bust will be the first round draft pick. You pick the guy 21st in the draft that can't sack quarterbacks. You know, you got T.J. Watt was the 32nd player picked. Everybody passed on him in the first round, and he's a sack machine. Cam Hayward was, you know, in the 20s, somewhere late 20s as a draft pick. He's a sack machine. You can't be picking these Ziggy Hoods in the first round, and that's what Derek Harmon is. Another Ziggy Hood that's going to just take feet up. He's not going to play well and they'll keep him for 3 years, and he'll before they move on from him. That was a bad pick. I think that Black will earn his money. He's a big guy. He's only going to play 30% of the time because that's only when you need nose guards. But short yardage situation, I love to see him in there against the Dush push one day. See how he holds up against something like that. But I think that I would not depend on the rookie class at all.
So what do you think about this tush push, Smokin' Jim? You think I should ban it, or do you think I should keep it? What do you think?
No, I think the clothesline should still be in, and any, you know what I mean. I think
that's football, man.
Blocks.
That's football.
I think that you know, some of them blocks Hines Ward made should be still legal. So you know, but yeah, I like to do a push. Why not?
Okay, FanDuel Sports came out this week with each NFL team's GOAT, greatest of all time. All right, we're going to go through every team here, and you tell me who you think they picked, and then we'll go from there. Let's start off with the Arizona Cardinals. Who do you think it is?
What do you mean?
Well, who do you think their GOAT is? Greatest player of all time, Arizona Cardinals.
Wow.
All right, it's Larry. They said Larry Fitzgerald, and I agree with
Larry
you on
Fitzgerald. Yeah, that's true.
All right, we'll go over the now. This is from FanDuel Sports. Now this is who they said that all the GOATs in the NFL, greatest of all time. Atlanta Falcons, Matt Ryan. Yes or no?
No.
No. Okay. All right. Next, Baltimore Ravens.
What was it?
It was no, Atlanta. It's Matt Ryan. That's who FanDuel said is the greatest player of all time.
Gotta be Deion Sanders.
Yeah, I would think so.
Or Michael Vick.
Yeah, one of them guys. Absolutely. Okay.
But Matt Ryan had a good career though.
Yeah, but not like that. Baltimore Ravens. Who do you think? They have Ray Lewis.
Yeah, Ray Lewis. Gotta be Ray Lewis.
Yeah, it is Ray Lewis. Yeah. All right.
I mean, there's a statue of him outside the stadium. Like T.J. Watt should be a statue outside of the Steelers stadium.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, did you hear the story about about the Art Rooney statue?
No.
They took it away from Acrisure Stadium. You know why?
No.
He was violating the smoking ordinance.
No.
Every summer before the season starts around May or June, they take it away and they clean it, and then they bring it back. So if you don't see it there, that's why. So you know, and they do it every year. All right, the Buffalo Bills, Smokin' Jim. Who do you think is their greatest player of all time?
Jim Kelly.
No, they have Bruce Smith here, but I agree with you on Jim Kelly.
Bruce Smith. Okay.
Yeah.
Bruce Smith is great.
Yeah.
All-time sack leader. Yeah.
Okay, Carolina, Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cam Newton, I would say. All right, Chicago, Walter Payton. Yeah, or Gale Sayers, but Walter Payton.
Or Dick Butkus.
Yeah, Dick Butkus. Yeah, exactly.
Or Mike Ditka.
Mike Ditka. Yes, absolutely. Yep. Okay, Bengals. Anthony Munoz is who FanDuel has. Who do you think?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
The Cleveland Browns, Jim Brown. That's appropriate, don't you think?
No brainer, huh?
Yeah, no brainer there. There surely isn't a quarterback except Brian Sipe, of course. I agree with you though on Brian Sipe.
Bernie Kosar was pretty good.
Yeah, he was. Bernie Kosar was good when he was there. Yes, he was. All right, Dallas Cryboys, Emmitt Smith. Oh, they have Emmitt Smith and they have George Pickens listed beside him. 1A and 1B.
I gave it to Rogers. I gave it to Roger Staubach, but Emmitt Smith is a good one.
Yeah. But Emmitt Smith is good. Troy Aikman. Yep. Denver Broncos. John Elway. FanDuel says John Elway. All right. Comment section wide open. Who do you think's the greatest player of all time for your team? All right. So far, we're down to the Denver Broncos and John Elway. Okay. The Detroit Lions. They have FanDuel has Barry Sanders. I say Charlie Batch.
Yeah.
I'm just joking, man. You know me. All right. Well. I'll give you a hint for Green Bay. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead, Ralph.
Okay. Soon played in the Super Bowl against the Steelers and soon to be a Steeler.
Mean Joe Green for now.
No, Green Bay Packers I'm talking about. They're GOAT. Greatest player of all time.
Oh, gotta be Brett Favre for Bart Starr.
No. Aaron Rodgers they have listed here. FanDuel does.
Oh, that was bad.
Yeah. You got that right. All right. The Houston Texans, J.J. Watt. Yeah, I would say so.
Warren Moon.
Warren Moon. Well, that was with the Houston
Texans. Okay.
Yeah.
Oilers.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm talking about the Texans. Yeah.
Yeah. J.J. Watt.
Yeah. The Indianapolis Colts. Johnny Unitas, but they have Peyton Manning listed here. FanDuel does. Of course, FanDuel wasn't around when Unitas played, so they don't know. You know what I mean? What do you think of that? Peyton Manning for the Colts.
Yeah, the one with Johnny Unitas, but Peyton Manning's a good one.
Yeah, it's sad to hear about Jim Irsay. My condolences to him and his family, and the condolences here at the Sports Corner show. Great owner for the Colts. I know he picked them up from Baltimore and moved them to Indianapolis. I get that.
No, his dad did that.
Yeah, his dad did that. Okay, all right. 65 years old. He died about a week or more ago, and sad to hear about Jim Irsay and what happened there. I didn't realize that. I thought that was this Jim Irsay. I didn't know that. Sorry. You educated me.
He'd have been like 19 years old when that happened.
Yeah. All right. Jacksonville Jaguars, and as Myron Cope used to say, the Jags. Who do you think it is? Fred Taylor, they have listed here.
Yeah,
All right.
Running back got to be Fred Taylor.
Yeah, Fred Taylor. All right, next we got Kansas City. I say Len Dawson, but they have Patrick Mahomes.
Patty Mahomes.
Yeah.
Got to be Patty Mahomes.
Yeah, they got Patrick Mahomes here.
I love some Len Dawson too, but Patty Mahomes is.
Yeah.
He's the man.
Oh, he is. He is. Yes, he is. Okay, the formerly known as the Jokeland Raiders, the Los Angeles Raiders, and the whatever Raiders. Now they're the Las Vegas Raiders. Marcus Allen. You think that Marcus Allen, John Madden? I can name you a bunch of people. So
wow. Who does FanDuel have?
They have Marcus Allen.
Marcus Allen. That's
yeah. So Kenny Stabler, there's a bunch of guys. So, but, you can't have them all on here. All right. The Los Angeles, formerly known as the San Diego Chargers. Who do you think they pick? I think they pick LaDainian Tomlinson.
Dan Fouts. Oh, they pick LaDainian over Dan Fouts. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one, too.
Yeah. I mean, FanDuel wasn't around when Dan Fouts was quarterback. You got to remember that. So FanDuel's going by what
they don't go.
Yeah, I don't think.
Well, they picked John Elway.
Yeah, that's true. And I'll tell you who they picked for the Steelers when we get to the Steelers. Wait till you see who they pick. All right.
I already know.
Yeah, it's Ouija Thompson.
Okay.
Ouija Thompson. I still got that in my mind that day when Double M, and I'm not gonna mention his name, decided to ask everybody who you think is the greatest Steeler ever, and somebody called up and said Ouija Thompson.
You don't like Double M?
Yeah, I do. I never said I did.
Oh.
You know, I like his style. You know, he has a different style than everybody else. I like him. I think he's good for Pittsburgh media. I believe.
Well, you don't want to mention his name and give him free advertising.
That's right.
Is that what it is?
That's right.
Okay,
he don't give us free advertising.
You
know.
That's true.
You know my philosophy. I'll give you one spot. After that, we're done. Unless you want to pay, I'll give you one spot. All right. Hey, it's all about money. Like I said at the beginning of the show, you know. So somebody got to pay the bills, right? All right. Next, the L.A. Rams. Now, FanDuel has Aaron Donald listed here. What do you think?
Aaron Donald?
Yeah.
I would go with Eric Dickerson, but okay.
Yeah, Eric Dickerson, Jack Youngblood. I can name you a few guys from there. Roman Gabriel.
Deacon Jones.
Yeah, Deacon Jones. Yep. Yes, exactly. You know, so all right, Miami Dolphins. You ready? Dan Marino.
I would go with Bob Greasy, but
yeah, Bob Greasy.
Dan Marino was great. He was so great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just sad he didn't make it. He didn't win some Super Bowls. I think he would have if he would have been with the Steelers. So, but that's my opinion. So, you know. All right. Minnesota Vikings. You're not going to believe this one. You ready? FanDuel has Randy Moss. So.
Really?
Yeah, they have Randy Moss as the greatest player of all
that's
time.
A good one. I mean, yes, I would go with Fran Tarkenton, but
right.
But Randy Moss, he kind of bounced around from other teams, but
yeah.
Okay.
New England Patriots, it's a no-brainer. Tom Brady.
Tom Brady,
yeah, we know that. The New Orleans Saints, Drew Brees, they have listed here. What do you think?
No-brainer.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer too. New York Giants, no-brainer. My man, Lawrence Taylor. My man, Lawrence Taylor.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Sir.
And well,
now y'all love him, but y'all want to trade T.J. Watt. I just can't understand it. T.J. Watt's every bit as good as Lawrence Taylor, but y'all want to trade him, but you love Lawrence Taylor. Again, like I said before, if T.J. Watt was black, everybody would love him. It's just a reverse discrimination bias in this country against white athletes.
Well, let me ask you this, about T.J. Watt, Smokin' Jim. Do you think the distraction of his wife being pregnant at the time of the season was there, caused him to have he had a reasonable season this year, but not a good one. And that's why a lot of people are upset. They think that he's starting to slide away and, you know, that kind of thing. I saw some one-on-ones with some rookie offensive linemen that he couldn't get around. So, I mean, I think Cleveland had a rookie guy in there that was slapping him around a little bit. And, you know, there was
You think?
I saw it with my own eyes. I watched the game. So, I mean,
two things. Number one, he was hurt. He played through injury. And number two, he finished 5th in the voting for Defensive Player of the Year. So he's been top 5 for forever in the defensive voting.
Well, you know what some people are saying? They can win. They can't win without them. They can win with them. And there are some people out here that are saying the Steelers can't go to the Super Bowl with them. So you might as well try to see if they can go to the Super Bowl without them and get a bunch of good players. But, you know, that's what people are saying out there, you know.
But again, Kansas City Chiefs couldn't go to the Super Bowl without Derek Thomas, and nobody ever wanted to trade him.
Right, exactly.
Lawrence Taylor, this man was doing coke came before games, there was nobody to trade him. Again, I think that if James Harrison came out of retirement, people would love it. If Greg Lloyd, who can only walk on one leg now, would come out of retirement, they would love it. But for some reason in this country, 30 years before we had a white cornerback, now Cooper DeJean is a superstar.
Yes, he is.
And white linebacker, I mean, TJ Watt's doing it on the hardest side. Quarterbacks can see him coming from the left side. All the great sack guys did it from the right side. TJ Watt's doing it from the left side. He gets no credit. This man is a phenom. I think he's the greatest Steeler of all time. He may never win a Super Bowl, but that's the organization. That's the organization's problem more so than him.
Yeah, I believe the Steelers laid a big egg when they didn't have a game plan after Roethlisberger left, and they thought Kenny Pickett was going to be their man, and it blew up in their face. So, all right, let's move on here. New York Jets, Broadway Joe, got to go with him. Joe Namath, that's who it is. So,
all right,
FanDuel has them.
Some people might, yeah, you got to go with Joe Namath. Yeah.
No, I think it's Izzy Abanikanda. No. Izzy Abanikanda.
Too bad. That guy could have been a great player. Nobody gave him a chance, did they?
I know. I don't know where he's at now, but we'll see what happens. Okay, Philadelphia Eagles, Reggie White.
No doubt about it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you ready for the Steelers pick? You ready? For FanDuel's greatest player of all time, Mean Joe Green.
Yeah. Second greatest, but yeah.
All right, Mean Joe Green. Okay. San Francisco, Jerry Rice.
Yeah. Joe Montana got to be up there too.
Yeah. Seattle. You ready? Russell Wilson, former Steeler. Russell Wilson.
All right, Russ.
Yeah, I thought maybe Steve Largent. You know,
oh yeah, you're right.
Steve Largent
would have to. You have to go with Steve Largent. Yeah. Good point, Ralph. Good job.
No, Brian Bosworth. I always come up with a bust as the greatest player of all time. You know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Derek Brooks.
Well, he's one of the most overrated players of all time. I agree with that.
All right. You ready for the Tennessee Titans, formerly known as the Houston Oilers, Warren Moon?
Yeah.
All
him or Eddie George.
Yeah, and the Washington Commanders, formerly known as the Washington Redskins, and I'm not afraid to say it here on this program, Darryl Green.
Darryl Green was overrated.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, there's no way I'm putting that. Slinging Sammy Ball got to be the number one player.
How about Joe Theismann? How about John Riggins? I can name you a bunch of guys.
There's some great ones. Yeah. There's some great ones.
Yeah, and also Coach Joe Gibbs too. Everybody forgets about him. You know. So, but I don't know, something's up with my camera here again. I don't know why, but it is. So I don't know what's going on. I'll figure it out as we go. So, all right. We're going to have to, my camera's all jacked up again here. I don't know what's going on with my electronics here, but it seems like the ocean air maybe is getting to it. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway. But we still have a microphone here. We can still talk, just no show. That's all. So, you know. But anyway, all right. Smokin' Jim, let's wrap things up because we're getting ready for Wrestle Talk coming up in about 5 minutes. Any final thoughts before we go? But first, I want to pay a couple bills here real quick. And we got tied up into that, and I forgot to mention about Mata Heating and Air Conditioning, if I can find it here. There we go. All right, here it is. Mata Heating and Air Conditioning, 724-2010-500. Call Mata today. Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. They're our studio sponsor here at Studio 10 in Berlin, Maryland. We're 2 miles outside of Ocean City, Maryland. I'm so close to it. All I got to do is go right outside, right up one road, down another road, and across the bridge, and I'm in Ocean City, Maryland. And last weekend we did some rocking here. This past weekend was Memorial Day weekend, but the weekend before we had some rock and roll bands here put on a really good show, including Alice Cooper, Def Leppard, Bret Michaels from Poison, just a Hellstorm, just a bunch of bands, rock bands. Farmers Insurance, call Robin Campbell today, 412-366-3399. If you would like some really good insurance in the Pittsburgh area, call Farmers Insurance as well. But I want to talk to you today about insurance agent Wes Adams. Give Wes a call today for dog or Goosehead Insurance. If you're anywhere in the Maryland area and you need insurance for anything, give Wes a call today. And hold on a second, let me get his number here. So, but anyway, all right, here we go. His number is 410. Hang on a minute here. Let's see where we got it. I just had it. Here we go. All right, I got it right here. 410-273. Let me see I forgot the other digits. Wow. 273-3510. That's 410-273-3510. Goosehead Insurance. Call Wes today. And also don't forget to call Robin Campbell Insurance. And if you live in the Western Pennsylvania area, 412-366-3399. Both of these gentlemen will take very good care of you, whether you're in Maryland and in the Western Pennsylvania area with Robin Campbell as well. All right, Smokin' Jim, any final thoughts before we wrap it up here?
I tell you what, man, that was a great segment, Ralph, to finish the show off with, the goats from each team. That was a lot of fun, brother.
Yeah, we're going to do that a little more often, some top tens maybe, but that was I wanted to say that was from FanDuel. I didn't put that together. So at least I told you where it came from. So, just like we did the Pat McAfee one on the radio show that time, all the guys that he had that we did on the radio show, and you and I and Luther and Claudio were like, no way. So, but anyway, that's a pretty good thing there. We're going to do that a little more often here on the show. And I want to thank Noah House and the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, who was here to talk with us about the Pittsburgh Pirates. And, don't forget about the kid in divorce court. Smokin' Jim, the judge says to the kid, son, I can't make my mind up who I want you to live with, your mommy or your daddy. And the kid says, Your Honor, I don't want to live with either one of them. They beat me. And they said, and then the judge says to the kid, well, then who do you want to live with? He said, the Pittsburgh Pirates, they don't beat anybody. So there you go.
I like that.
All right. All right. Until next week, for Smokin' Jim Frazier, I'm Ralph Williams. We'll be back in a few moments with Wrestle Talk right here. So stay tuned.